Hi everyone, time for another stealth camp. Let's get it done. Oh, that's a lot of... Whoa! So I found this spot just off the A6, I think. As you can see, it's a bit of an abandoned road. They must have built a bit of bypass or something and just left this bit of road and forgotten all about it. As per usual, I do want to have a fire. I'm going to try something a little different today if I can find the right spot for it. There looks to be some spots in here. Nothing very set back, but oh, look, there's like a mound here. Oh, some oil drums and stuff. Yeah, something like that could work. We'll just keep going for a bit, just see what else we have. Over this side there's, yeah, it's like some sort of balancing pond or lagoon, whatever they call it. So nothing pleasant over there, and then it kind of gets cut off by the trees. Over here is a big old ditch. Right. This looks like it could dead end here. We're getting very close to the bit of the road where it would have, I suppose, joined up if they kept it, but yeah, this is very close to the traffic. So I've got a feeling somewhere next to that ditch might be the best thing, or that mound. I'm not sure what to call that really. So let's head back there. Head down into here. That's good. So we've got 2 oil drums here and a little bit of a flat surface. We're still a bit visible from the road, but I could do a fire down in the ditch. That seemed to work last week. I'm not sure if the guy last week even saw my fire, as it was down behind the bank, and from his angle he probably couldn't see it. If I'd had big flames coming off of it, maybe he could, but I think from where I was, I don't think he even saw the fire. I think he just thought, there's a guy fishing, nothing of it. If he didn't see the fire, didn't really bring much attention. As I said before, it's definitely fires that people get a bit weird about. I'm always very conscious of that. Comment below if you disagree with me, but I think for the most part, it's a fairly safe thing to do as long as you know what you're doing. It's always the idiots who are doing something stupid, or arsonists even, who cause all the fires, I imagine. I don't know how many responsible people have ever caused a fire. There's this little way through just here, so I might give that a try. Just gonna sneak through here over the barbed wire, try not to get caught up on any of this. Oh, it's a bit tight with the pack on. Might take the pack off, but we'll see. I've got more coverage from the traffic. There's all these brambles here to the left. Yeah. Can I do something with this? What about in here? Now, something I should mention while I'm digging around in here is the fact that it's going to be really cold tonight, proper freezing. It looks like it could get down to as low as -9. The air temperature is going to be about -5, I think, at the coldest, but that's obviously up high. They have a feel-like temperature, which is actually going to get this -9. That means that's what the ground temperature is going to essentially be. So if I'm in a tent and I don't have protection, it could go quite badly for me because I have no winter gear. It's just summer gear. That's all I've got. So I've laid up my gear as I did last time, but I feel like I'm going to need something a little bit extra. These trees, if you can see these trees, they could be the key. They go quite high, and yeah, if I could get underneath these, this could be a thing. So let's give this a look. Yeah, I mean, there's a flat spot in there. It's just a lot of branches in the way. Let me get through over here. Let me get through here, see what's happening. Oh, there's a lot of yeah, I mean, I've got to get down low, but yeah, that's not too bad. There's a flat spot just here that could sort of work, but that bit of tree above it is not in a kind place. But I could cut that down, I guess. I don't think cutting any of this down is going to do any harm to the tree. If I could cut a couple of branches away, there's plenty of coverage above me. Look at that. That'll no doubt help in the night with temperatures and whatnot. I'd like to keep this here just for cover, but getting in and out of here is going to be a bit of a pain. There's some rock pieces here. Put these up around the fire a little bit. Something new I want to try today, which I've never done before, is dig a fire pit. So essentially a hole down, or two holes in fact, that join at the bottom to create like a stove with a sort of intake vent, if you like, so I can have a fire which is basically below ground level. And that could work here. I could bank it up behind a little bit with some of these rocks to make it not visible from the road, and I think I should be all right. Yeah, this is pretty cool, and it'd be pretty stealthy in here. That's coming out of there. So yeah, I think this is the spot. I think if I can get rid of some of the bits to get the tent in, but keep as much of the cover as possible, that's going to help with the temperatures today. It's already quite cold, but it's going to get really cold later when that sun goes down. So I think I'm going to get started. So first things first, I'll get out my little Darlax saw and get to work. What's going to go first? This one here is going to be a very good support post, I think, for the tent. So I'm going to cut that off right at the end here. There we go. Easy as that. It's not the sturdiest of sticks, I will be honest. That's got a bit of flex to it. I think it'll do though, as long as it's got enough length. Yeah, up to about there. We'll see how that goes. Do I think that's going to hold the tent? Probably, yeah. It'll flex a little, but I think that one will do. Put that there by you guys. Shall I get my bag out of your view? There you go. You don't need to be looking at my bag, do you? All right. Yeah, it's just lifted everything out. Alright, that's too big. Got to cut it. I don't think it needs to be stretched that tight at all, so I'm going to cut that much off and see how we go. Can always take more off, can't add it back on. Famous last words. Right. pegs back in. And literally just lifted straight out them two. Yeah, not in the best places possible, I'll be honest. Yes, look at that. Lift straight out, that is. God damn. Might need to make up a... Okay, gonna need to make a stick for that one. Let's try that. Hopefully that's good enough. It's not as taut as I'd like it, but I can tension that through this one. Okay, let's try that. Woo. Okay, let's try again. Excellent. Need to move a few bits out of the way. Okay guys, so if any of you are interested, this is my sleep system essentially. So you might recognise this one, guys, from the first Womble mission if you watched that, where I was sitting against a tree doing my cooking, and this is what I was sitting on. It comes with, well, it didn't come with the sack, but I bought the sack separately because the pump sack is what allows me to pump it up really easily, and was a really great investment. This thing also doubles up to turn it into a bit of a chair or a stool for me to sit on, which I've used many a time. But essentially this is just your Neo Air Thermarest that I got years ago. I don't even know if they still sell it, I assume they do. But this thing is fantastic. It's got a foil sort of liner at the bottom that reflects my own heat back at me and really does keep me warm, and it's seen me through a lot of times. It's so durable. I mean, this thing has never let me down, and I've been using it for years. It's not the most comfort of mats, I suppose. I mean, there's a lot more inflatable mattresses out there that are going to have more size to them, but then they're going to have more weights. This is perfect for me, really. It's enough to get by on. I have a comfortable night's sleep most of the time, and I've slept in some rather bumpy and unpleasant conditions, and this has really still kept me having a reasonable night's sleep even at those times. But here it's going to be absolutely beautiful because it's realistically just got to keep me off the ground. The ground is already nice and soft, so I won't keep it too inflated, and that is one of the tricks with these actually. Don't overinflate them if you're finding them a bit too hard, and as long as it's inflated enough to keep you off the ground, you're good to go. But yeah, fantastic bit of kit that. Couldn't recommend that enough. I've got a really cheap Tyvek sleeping bag that I use just to kind of keep my warm air inside of everything else, because I needed something to add on to what I've always used for years now, which is a sleeping quilt that I got from a place in America. I couldn't even tell you the name of the site I got it from, but it's just a quilt, so it only covers the top part of me, which allows my mattress to reflect the heat back at me still, and it doesn't absorb it before it gets to me, which kind of is quite useful really, because this thing would block that out quite a lot, I think, because this is quite dark in colour. And then this beauty is the new addition to my sleep system, which I've been using for these cold winter conditions. This is a fleece liner for your sleeping bag, but I essentially just use it as the main portion for my sleeping gear, and it's literally just, as you see, a fleece sleeping bag essentially that you can zip up, and that was doing the bulk of keeping me warm last week, and it's really good actually. I don't think I'll need anything else. Obviously most people are just going to go with a nice thick sleeping bag, but as I already have the summer gear, I'd rather just add to that when I need to, rather than buying a whole new set of gear. And some of these sleeping bags can be quite expensive, especially if you want the lightweight ones that I often want to buy, because I like to keep my gear lightweight because I do some of these long distance trips with it. The last bit of kit is my wool cushion. which I use. I do have an inflatable cushion as well, which doubles up as a seat if I need it, but I have my sit mats for the most time for that. This thing though is probably my most luxury bit of kit. I'll keep that out now actually. Just needs a little bit of fluffing each time I get it out. It doesn't pack down very small, but as it's lightweight, I'm willing to pay the price of space in the pack for that extra bit of comfort when I'm sleeping. This keeps my head really nice and warm in the winter, but cool in the summer. And it's just that level of comfort that really gives you that extra sort of like restful sleep really. Having a really awful pillow under you, or as Noah does, no pillow at all and just stuffing a sack full of crap, doesn't really give you the best night's sleep I've found. I think there's a few experts out there who are way more experienced than me who would agree a good pillow is key to this. And to be fair, a nice wool pad like this, I don't think there's anything better. I use a wool pillow at home. For me, they are the best pillow, so highly recommended if you want to get something a bit more comfortable that will also regulate your temperature quite well. Get yourself one of these. I mean, you could just use it like this. If you only need a little bit of height, then that works on its own. But then because I'm a side sleeper, will add my inflatable one underneath it just to kind of give myself that height that I need. And then that's kind of like a good compromise between pack size and obviously comfort. So yeah, but that's the sleep system, guys. Time for me to get this into the tent and get it all set up. There you go. Things are getting dark now, guys, especially in here, as you can probably tell. So the lights are on for you. Hopefully you can see me well enough. So yeah, in goes the first component. Now, last time I tried having this just around me, but I think this time I'm going to try having this around me and my mattress, because as I said, the mattress reflects my heat back at me, and I've got a feeling that this will work better if I have the mattress in there with me. So I'll just do that. There we go, have that on there. Just fill it up and then squeeze the air through. Nothing to it. It's definitely faster than blowing up by yourself, and it's definitely less effort and less work, and doesn't make you lightheaded. But as I'm told, one of the things about this is that it's better to fill up your mattress with the air around rather than from your lungs, because the stuff from your lungs is full of moisture, and that will be less effective at keeping you warm, and might also cause it to go down a little bit at night. I'm not sure how much of an effect it can have, but oh, and that sometimes happens when you're not paying attention. It's off. That's okay. It happens. I'm not doing the most effective job at this. Normally I get a lot more air in the bag. You can do this in about 3 bags normally. It is possible to do it in 2, I think, but that's if you're trying to show off, which is not the case here. I'm just trying to get this thing done. I think we're about there. There we go. So I'll do the last little bit by mouth, just because it's a little bit easier just to fill up that last little bit. But there you go. Get that in here. And see if we can't insert that into here. It normally goes into the Tyvek one pretty easily. I don't know what it's going to be like getting it into the fleece one. I'll be fair to it, that seems to have gone in relatively well. Let's see if it's big enough to do the job. Of that bit up there. Yeah, look at all the space in there. Just make sure it's all over the top of it, but yeah, look at that. Excellent. And the last thing, the last important bit of kit is my sleeping quilt. Now this was an expensive bit of kit. This is probably the most expensive bit of kit that I have. Yeah, without a doubt. Was it worth it? I think so. It's never caused me any problems. It seems to have done its job well. I admit I haven't got a lot to compare it to, but it's always been very packable, very lightweight. Just get that down in there. It's as easy as that. So just get the wool mat, the inflatable pillow, and just put them in here like this. This is a nice little fleece liner thing I've made, and that's just nice and comfortable against my head. And I can triple this up if need be, but usually just doubling it up's enough. That's the campsite. As you can see from in here with the lights, it's not too shabby. Hopefully you can make some of that out. But out here there's not much light at all. Right, well, let's have a little wander. I don't know how much you guys can really see now. It's got very, very dark out here. There's a pretty nice sunset going on, or has gone on. The sky is still really nice out there. If it wasn't for the traffic flowing between me and it, that would be quite beautiful actually. Yeah, I'm just going to have a little wander down here. Just looking for anything that I can use really as a backrest just to sit against. I did spot some rubbish about. I think I saw a chair, but I don't really fancy using an old beat up chair. Oh look, see there's a tyre here. Potentially, if I was to lean that up against a couple of those rocks, that could work. Ooh, I could try that, yeah. Just going to keep going, see what else there is. I also want to grab some of that wood that I saw. There's definitely a few bits and pieces here that are usable as firewood. So, yeah, like this piece here. Yeah, that's pretty decent. It's dry, quite fat. Could be more blackthorn. Yeah, I like that. It's quite a big chunky piece. I could probably cut quite a few out of that. There's another bit here. There we go. That is all the wood I should need. Now I've got to just try and get it without killing myself. So yeah, it's getting pretty dark out here, so I don't want my light on for too long because I don't want anyone seeing me. So I'm just going to head back to the campsite, I think. So the idea is to dig a hole here. I have an intake one over here that goes to it. Oh, there's rocks under here, or bricks or something, that is making for a bit of an interesting situation. So what I'm going to do now is grab one of these and put that. Do I want it like that? Not really. I want to have a airflow underneath that. So I'll put that like that. There you go. Just make sure there's actually a gap there. Fine. That'll do. Oh, I've made them very muddy. They're not supposed to get muddy. Whoopsie. Okay. There we have it, guys. Nice cooking surface. That should be fine. Oh yeah. It doesn't get much more comfy than that. It is literally that good. That shouldn't take long to boil. Shouldn't take long at all. Don't know if you can hear that, guys. There's a little bit of activity over there. Look at that. This is a lovely spot. I really couldn't have asked for much better than this for a nice little quick and easy stealth camp. I mean, this has been an awesome little spot already. Well, look, more I don't know if you can make that out at all, but yeah, definitely more activity out there. That's a bit of excitement. Just thankfully they're not here for me. Unless they are, they're trying to find me, in which case they do a really bad job of it. But no, I'm obviously not warranting of several emergency vehicles. That'd be crazy. Oh yeah, this is the way to spend your time. Getting there, starting to see some bubbles. It won't be long now, I think. Might feed that a little bit with some more small stuff. Just snap a few off. I mean, it is actually producing quite a lot of flame now. That's almost smokeless the way that it's going, but I'll just throw a bit of fuel in. Oh, that's an excellent little fire. If anything, it's getting a bit big now. It's almost getting to the height of the rocks, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think anyone can see me. And no one's really looking out for it here. They're too busy driving past at like 60 miles an hour. There we go, look at that. We have the boil. So just pour in some rice. The rice is basically done at this point. Just going to put it on there. Put the chicken over here. Look at that. Some flame grilling excellence there. And I'll just throw that down on there. It shouldn't take long. Turn that. Oh yeah, it's warmed up nicely. Nice. We'll just pop that on that part, make it easier to deal with. Look at this, it's got so much surface space, this is crazy. Let's just dish up a little bit of rice into that, as you do. Probably about, no, that's far too much rice. What am I doing? That's far too much rice. There we go. I'll probably get 3 wraps done out of all this, which is far too much food, as per usual. Eyes bigger than my belly. Put some pepper in, and then yeah, just check the chicken's okay. Yep, nothing wrong with that chicken. There we go, and let's see if we can't wrap that up and eat it without spilling it all, which is going to be, I'll be honest, the trickiest part of this whole operation. Oh, how about that? Whew. Whew. Oh yeah. Ah, I have some earth or pepper somewhere. Where did I put that? Aha! As you do. Will that come out there okay? I'll get some out, yeah. Woo! That's steaming. Yep. Good. Okay guys, something a little different now. Just going to get that back on some nice high heat. I'm going to throw in some oil, plenty of it because I don't want anything to burn. I'm going to let that heat up. Shouldn't take long, so I've just added a little bit of stuff to that. Just get it warm in there. What I have here is some homegrown popcorn with a little bit of sugar in there too, for good measure. This bit will be good. I think I can hear the oil, so just about time to get things in. Just gonna carefully lift that up out of the way, drop that in, check on that. Oh yeah, that's hot. Okay, so hopefully this isn't too many for in here. I don't really know how many will fit. That's probably more than enough. Oh dear. Get some of that sugar in there. Oh dear. I don't need all them, I just need some sugar. Whoops. Get a handful out. Get some sugar in there. Might need some more oil. Try to get them back in the tub, as you do. Yeah, I think I need more oil. Oh dear, I want it to be heated up oil, not going in cold oil. Right, that'll do it. There you go. Got them all nicely coated. There we go. Shouldn't take long. Oh yeah, I can hear them going. They're looking good. Definitely some in there that aren't popped yet. They're getting going now. Really feel them hitting the top of the lid. That's quite handy. It's getting down to a temperature where I shouldn't be burning them now, but they're still popping. Feeling fairly done. Oh, that's looking pretty full, and it smells awesome. Right, sit me down over here, I think, and enjoy these. Oh, whoa! that was a tight run thing. They only just fit in. Let's have a little taste. Oh yeah, popcorn over the fire. There you go. Oh, good. It's warm as well. It doesn't get fresher than that with the popcorn. Awesome. Oh yeah. I'll sign out there, guys, and say have a good evening or good night. I'm just going to continue relaxing here by the fire, eating my popcorn and throwing twigs in. And yeah, I'll be getting wrapped up in a little bit. I'll let you know in the morning how it went, unless of course it doesn't go and I have to call it, because let's face it, I'm a little bit underprepared for such a cold night. So if I have to call it at any point, I will let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Take care. Morning, guys. And a cold one it is. Wow. I managed to get it through the night okay. No problems at all, really. No weird noises, just the odd bit of traffic, really, for the evening. I went to sleep. Moved a couple of times a night, I guess, as per usual. And yeah, the sleep system really did its job. So not much to report really for the night, other than it was a good night's rest. Certainly I could feel the chill, but not anything crazy. Yeah, the sleep system did exactly what I wanted it to. I've not even been out the tent yet, so it'll be interesting to see how cold it is out past the trees here, because in here it's pretty much the same as it was last night, really. Nothing looks really too frosty, but I'm assuming out there it will be, because it certainly did get cold last night. But I guess we can go and find out together. Well, that's me up and ready for the day. Obviously I need to pack down. But for now, let's go and do a little bit of exploring. Oh yeah, slightly crispy underfoot. Oh yeah, it's definitely been cold out here. Oh yeah, very, very crispy out here. Well, sun's up already. Looks like I missed the sunrise. I was in no rush to get out this morning, let's face it. Oh, it's cold out here, guys. It really is. Woo! Oh, that busted old chair. Wow. It's like a winter wonderland. Oh, that is lovely. I'm going to enjoy that for a little bit, actually. Oh, that's the sun on me even. I can really feel the warmth from that, actually. It's so cold out here. Even that little bit of warmth from the sun. It's just pleasant. Oh. This is definitely the coldest by a long way that I've ever camped in. Quite impressed with myself, really. Oh yeah. Look at that down there. That is crispy this morning for sure. Don't know if you can hear my footsteps on this, but if you're still watching, thanks for sticking with me this long. Hope you've enjoyed the adventure together, and obviously do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But those who have subscribed, thanks very much. I really appreciate that, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Take care.